It's Christmas Day, and we are staying at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. And today what I thought we would do is we will take you on an old-fashioned Christmas.
This is not your grandmother's old-fashioned Christmas.
So we're here with, obviously, Patty, but also Alex, my nephew. So are you ready for this old-fashioned Christmas?
I don't know. We'll see what they bring.
We've arrived at our first destination, the Wilderness Lodge. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be visiting 4 Disney resorts, all situated on Bay Lake and Seven Seas Lagoon. We are going in search of the best old-fashioned. We're going to be starting right here at Wilderness Lodge at the Territory Lounge. We found our first one. It's going to be the S'more Old Fashioned. They're using an Elijah Craig 12-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon, toasted marshmallow, chocolate bitters. Alex, do you want to share how we're going to score these?
Put a lot of thought into our scoring here. So if it has one nice large cube, that's going to be 1 point. So on a total of a 10-point scale. Then we're going to give it up to 2 points for garnish. 1 point if it is original or creative, 5 for flavor, so up to 5 points for that, and then if we do it again, 1 final point. So up to 10 points is what you can get total.
So we are both going to score it. We're going to add the scores together, divide, and that's how we're going to determine the winner. All right, the S'more Old Fashioned has arrived. I'm going to give it a point because it has the one large cube. You agree?
Yeah, I think that checks the box there.
In terms of creativity, I would say this is creative. I mean, it still holds the essence of an old-fashioned, but I love the fact that even the little marshmallows have been toasted, and ultimately taste will be a separate category. Creativity, I like what they're doing with it.
Yeah, I fully agree with that.
Do you want to taste first?
Sure.
All right.
Drum roll. Pretty good.
I like that. It has that nice burn of bourbon, a little bit of sweetness, but not over sweet, which is one of the things I don't like about some old fashions. I think they're just way too sweet, and I definitely do get the chocolate bitters. Garnish, 0, 1, or 2.
I'm thinking 1. I think that it's nice that they have the toasted marshmallows, but there's definitely more that could have been done.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I do like the toasted marshmallow, but it's the only garnish. You know, typically when you think of an old-fashioned, you think orange peel and cherry. I know why they're not doing the cherry. I'm going to give it a point, too, as far as garnish. It's creative, but I think maybe a little bit more. Flavor, 0 to 5. I like it. Is it the best old-fashioned I've ever had? Probably not. So I'm going to give it 3.
It might be a little bold. I think I like the amount of sweetness it has. I'm going to go out with a 4 to start.
Okay. And I agree with you. I like the fact that it's not super sweet. I do get that chocolatiness. I'm probably being a little harsh on it, but all right.
Our deviled eggs all have a different jerky. You have a salmon jerky, a beef jerky, and then this one is just a shrimp. And then our house-cured bacon. And then we have our maple syrup back here that is Rough Rider bourbon infused.
Thank you. It looks delicious.
Look at that. Take a taste. You won't like it. You were giving me yours.
We just finished up at Territory Lounge at Wilderness Lodge, and so Alex, the big question is, would you buy that old-fashioned again?
I think I would. I really like the flavor.
All right, so 1 point for you. I'm going to say no. At $17.50, it was good, but I don't know that I definitely would not go out of my way. I would go back for the bacon.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not talking about bacon today. So now we're headed to Steakhouse 71 here at the Contemporary Resort. We're actually going to grab some dinner along with an old fashioned.
There you go.
All right, we're finally in Steakhouse 71, and they don't have a specialty old fashioned here, so it's just a classic old fashioned. And he told me it's made, their well is Old Forester, and I'm a big fan of Old Forester anyway, so I'm going to be curious to try this. Alex, one of the first things, I don't know if you can see, one large cube.
It is.
Give it a point.
Checks the box there.
Checks the box there. Garnish, we have the traditional orange peel and 2 cherries. So I believe that rating's on a 1, 0, 1, or 2.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm always happy with the cherries and the orange peel. It's nothing special, but it's classic. I'm going to go with a 1 again.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
All right. You want to be the first?
Sure.
We have no idea what we're paying for this because, again, it's not really on the menu or the specialty menu. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, this is a true traditional old-fashioned, a little heavy on the sweet with the simple syrup. But in terms of flavor, I actually like this one better than the last one. It's got that little bit of burn kind of at the end that you get from the bourbon. The last one was pretty mild with that Elijah Craig 12 year. This is exactly what I would make at home. And so in terms of flavor, I'm going to give this a 4.
I think I'll go 3. I think the burn for me is just a little on the strong side and a little sweet, but no, overall good flavor.
So we're all done with dinner, and creativity, originality on that old fashioned.
It was your standard one, so I think it's going to have to get a 0.
Yeah, I would agree. Not that it was bad; it was outstanding in my opinion. But from a creativity standpoint, it was just a traditional old fashioned. Would you buy it again?
I think it was good, but I think it was pretty standard, so I'm going to go with a no on this one.
And I actually really enjoyed it, so I'm going to say at $14, I would definitely order it again. Okay, we've had a change of plans. We did go to the Polynesian. There was absolutely no place to stand, sit, or anything. And they did not have a special old-fashioned. It wasn't even on the menu. It was just, you just order it. So we decided to go ahead and skip that. And we are now at the Grand Floridian, which is kind of known for their old-fashioned. At least that's what we've been told. And this is going to be the most expensive old-fashioned we've had tonight. But it is a seasonal old-fashioned. So we'll give it a try. Now, this was $26.50. Now, we are at the Grand Floridian, so it's going to have
pricier.
A little pricier. First thing we'll look at is one large cube.
Checks the box.
Check the box, 1 point. The garnish, it's a sprig of rosemary. What's your thoughts?
I'm thinking 1. I think they put in some effort, but I don't think anybody achieved that 2 points today.
No. I would say 1 on garnish. I mean, I was almost thinking 0 because to me there ought to at least be orange peel or
a little something.
Yeah. This is made with a Widow Jane 10-year. It says a seasonal simple syrup. It's okay.
Yeah. Did notice that they did put in the effort, at least on the ice cube. They've got a nice little logo for the Grand Floridian on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure if it's showing up, but yeah, it's got the GF for the Grand Floridian. Now that we've enjoyed most of this one, let's talk about how you would rate it on flavor.
I think it was pretty basic, even though it was seasonal. You know, they mentioned the cranberry. Couldn't really feel it coming through that much. A little bit of bitter, I know that's what you mentioned.
Yeah, a little bit of bitter, I thought. Maybe you can pick up a little bit on the brown sugar. I think with this Widow Jane coming in at like 91 proof, there's just not much there flavor-wise. So I'm going to give it a 2 on flavor.
I'm going to do the same, 2 as well.
Now, because we couldn't get into the Polynesian's lounge tonight, and we really wanted to rate 4 old fashions. We have a dinner reservation tomorrow night at another restaurant. It's not actually on Bay Lake or Seven Seas Lagoon, but it's still on Disney property. So we're gonna do that one, but to save you the time between now and then, I'm gonna have Patty work a little Disney magic to take us right there. Tonight, we each decided to get our own, since this is Alex's last night with us. And let's go ahead and start with one big cube.
Yep.
Check. So they get the point for that. Garnish. So they have a little sprig, much smaller than last night, of rosemary plus the cranberries. I gotta be honest, this is a really cool garnish for me.
No, I think this is the best we've seen so far.
I would agree. I'm giving it 2 points on garnish.
Same here.
All right, so I guess now, flavor test.
Take a test, guys.
That's pretty good.
I would say that is the best tasting of the ones we've tried.
Is it smooth?
That it's very smooth. I believe they use a rosemary simple syrup, and it's just really well balanced. I mean, I'm not getting like the burn. Are you getting the burn of the bourbon?
Very, very lightly.
Very faint, and I'm not even sure. We'll have to check and see what bourbon they use in this. Flavor, for me, it's a 5. It's the best one we've had.
I think I'll match it as well. I think a 5. It's got a nice little more like fruity flavor. I think the cherries a little pushing through. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm guessing you definitely get a citrusy or a fruity flavor. Definitely good. So they're using Heaven's Door bourbon in here with that rosemary simple syrup and cherry bitters. Alex called it perfect on the cherry flavor. And then for that garnish, that little sprig of rosemary with a couple cranberries floating. I'm telling you what, this is a really good, creative old-fashioned. All right, Alex, so let's finish this up. The last 2 things we need to talk about are creativity. So what's your thoughts on that one from a creativity standpoint?
I think it had it. I mean, it was Christmas, holiday themed. I think that fits the bill there.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the rosemary simple syrup is not something I've ever even heard of. The cherry bitters was a nice touch. And honestly, I know the garnish has its own rating, but I thought the garnish was creative as well.
It was.
So I'm giving it full points on that. And then the final question that we've been doing is, would you, if you were there, purchase it again?
I would. I thought the flavor was really good. Probably my favorite of the batch.
Yeah, I would agree. I would actually go out of my way, and like even if I wasn't hungry, I would just go to the bar because they do have bar, and just have that. At $15, it's probably the best value of any that we had. Now that we're all done, Alex, which old fashioned came in 4th place?
So 4th place is going to be the Grand Floridian one.
Yeah, which ended up being the most expensive at $26.50. I would not recommend it. There's just better old fashions at a much better value here. All right, number 3.
So that is the Contemporary, Steakhouse 71.
And I think on that one, Alex and I had it flipped with our scoring. I actually had it in 2nd place. You had it in 3rd place, but with the average score, it dropped down to 3rd. And really what got that one hard was it was just that traditional old-fashioned. So there was no real creativity, basic garnish. But again, at $14, that's why I said it was my 2nd favorite. I just think for the value. But 2nd with the average score was more old-fashioned, I believe at around $17.
Yeah.
And that was very good. The chocolate bitters gave it that nice chocolatey. It really just was a nice old-fashioned creatively.
Yeah, got that extra point for the originality of that.
Yep. And I guess no surprise, we probably don't need a drum roll, Patty. I guess we do need a drum roll. Tonight at the Boathouse, I think we both ended up having one tonight, which I think was wise, because had we shared, we would have been fighting over it. It was that good. So there you go. There's our take on an old-fashioned Christmas. If you make it to Walt Disney World, there's other places you can get old fashions, but that's our take. So till next time, everybody, we'll see ya.
On down the road. Bye.
Bye. Well, Alex, do you remember what the MSRP was on that old fashioned?
travels with the lady. We'll see you on down the road.